What is up, Tress Troop? It is Tress to Impress, and I'm Biggity BACK back with another video. And today's video is another roller set video. I am going to be focusing on two things. The first is how I mastered end papers and adding them to my roller set routine. The second is what my results are if I do not allow my roller set foundation to completely dry 100% before I continue with my wrapping process. So stay tuned. Go ahead and save this video so that you can come back to it for reference. I know that you all love all of the tips and tricks when it comes to straightening your natural hair using these wet roller set and wrap routines. So let's go ahead and get into it. My hair is already freshly shampooed, conditioned, deep conditioned, all of the things. I have detangled my hair and parted it into my 4 basic sections. Now I am about to go in and start with my roller foundation. My hair is wet at this point. I'm actually going to be using a spray bottle to make sure each section is soaking wet and completely saturated. As you can see, I have parted off my first section, and the order that I do my sections is very important. So when it comes to my section that goes down the middle, I don't start at the front or the very back. I start in the center, and there is a reason for that. Now with this first section, y'all already know the routine. If you have been here before, I make sure that the hair is completely detangled and smooth as possible before I add my roller. Now, that end paper process went really fast, but I'm going to go back over it. As you can see here, I am securing the roller. And it's time to move on to the next section. Y'all see, I was super excited because it actually finally worked this time. I have been trying to use the end paper for years now. Well, I will say about 1 year now that you all have been suggesting that I add the end papers to my routine. And I have not been successful because the only way I have seen a professional add the end papers is folding the end paper over the ends of the hair, where you have 1/2 of the end paper underneath the hair and 1/2 on top, and then you wrap that around the roller. As you can see here, I wrap the ends of my hair around the roller, then I add the end paper, stretch completely flat, and make sure that it is covering the ends of my hair, and then roll my hair up completely. I secure the roller in place with a metal clip, and I add the snap-on cover. Now I have slowed the video down to normal speed so that I can explain the steps in detail. I make sure the section is detangled, fully saturated with water using my spray bottle. Then I add my setting foam. You can see that I'm further detangling the hair and just checking out my curl pattern and the health of my hair. And I proceed to go in with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that my hair is smooth as I can possibly get it with that fine-tooth comb. Sometimes I will stop at this step. However, if I want an even smoother texture, I will go in with a bristle brush and brush the hair even smoother. Then I wrap the ends of my hair around the roller and make sure that the ends are as straight as I can possibly get them using tension and smoothing with my fingers. Then I lay my wrapping end paper on top of the ends of my hair, and I smooth and stretch until that end paper is fully covering all of the ends on that roller, or as many as possible. Then I roll the hair up to my scalp, add a metal clip for placement, and then add my snap-on cover to reinforce that smoothness as my hair dries. And now I'm back to a time lapse. I actually wish I had filmed this section of my hair in a normal speed so that you all could see how this section of my hair has the least definition and the most shrinkage. However, it is what it is. On the next video, I will try to remember to give a little bit more detail on the crown section of my hair so that you can see the vast difference in the textures of hair on my head and how I'm able to still smooth it in the end results to look pretty uniform. Now I'm starting on the side sections of my hair, and with those two large side sections, I like to divide them into 2 rows of rollers. With that being said, everyone does their sectioning on the sides differently, and it really just depends on the density of your hair, the size of your head, the shape of your hairline. Everyone's rollers are not going to fit the exact same way on the sides of the head with the same number of rollers. I often get the question, how many rollers do I use? I have a small head considering the measurements of my head. When I am choosing a wig cap size, I'm a small wig cap size always. So the amount of rollers that I use and the pattern that I'm able to fit my rollers on the side of my head may be different. Everyone's may be different. So you just kind of have to play around and practice if you're planning on trying this on your own head to figure out how the rollers fit best on your head. And that is exactly what I had to do. And even now, sometimes I use varying numbers of rollers. And obviously, I use varying numbers when I change the sizes of my rollers. Now, of course, there's a lot more strategy to it, but I'm trying to keep this as beginner friendly as possible. That same process that I broke down to you guys on that front roller of my head is the exact same process and methods that I'm using for every other section on my head. Like I mentioned before, this is my first time successfully being able to add in the end papers in my roller set routine. So I was super excited about that, and I'm hoping that in future videos I'm able to share with you all a little bit more details on the technique of using that when I have a little bit more experience with actually doing it successfully. Y'all, when I got to these side sections of my hair, the section that I'm working on now is where my hair grows the longest and the fastest, y'all. And when I tell you I had my arms stretched as far as they could go and I almost cannot reach the ends of my hair, I was in shock, y'all. So you'll see with the bottom 2 rollers, I actually did not stretch upward as I normally would for my routine. And I do apologize that a lot of the hair was outside of the visible frame. I am going to try to correct that in my future videos. This is not the first time that I have actually made that mistake, but I don't really consider when I'm setting up my camera how long my hair really is. So then by the time I end up stretching my hair out, I'm outside of the frame and you guys can't actually see the full roller process on all of the sections of my hair. So I end up cutting footage and all of the things. I do want to address the bobby pins versus metal clips. I have tried the bobby pins. For me personally, the metal clips hold my hair tighter in place. The bobby pins seem like they slip or allow my roots to kind of puff or move. That's only on my own personal hair. I tried the bobby pins because I had several curl friends telling me in the comments that the bobby pins hold tighter than the metal clips. It didn't work for me personally. So that's always an option that you can try because it does hold tighter for some people. Another thing with the metal clips is I use my hair dryer, my hooded hair dryer, on medium heat. If you are using the high temperature setting on your hooded dryer, or salon dryers actually go heat up to a hotter temperature, if you're going that route, then you have to be very careful with the placement of the metal clips or allow a professional to do this process for you, girlfriend, because those metal clips can get hot if you're going above medium temperature. And if the placement is not done correctly and the metal clip is lying on your skin, it can burn your skin and make your skin very tender. I know it firsthand from back in my relaxer days when I would try to DIY my roller sets. You girl not knowing what I was doing, so beware. And to me personally, I feel like if the metal can get hot enough to burn your skin under the dryer, the temperature is number one, probably too hot for your hair, but it can definitely heat up that metal to be hot enough on your hair to burn or like alter, jeopardize, we'll say, the integrity of your hair in that spot where the metal is heating. So keep that in mind if you are DIYing this process, girl. Also, the curl friends have been telling me about how they can't do this style because they sweat it out under the dryer before it can dry. And I think that just means that your dryer is entirely too hot. My dryer on medium is not hot enough for me to be up under there sweating or even to be uncomfortable. I guess everyone sweats differently and at different temperatures. However, if you still wanted to try to remedy that, you could just put a fan facing you while you're under the dryer, and it would just help your hair dry faster anyway. Now, I'm going to get up under my hooded hair dryer and I'm going to turn it on. You can see medium heat, which is the middle light on this side, and I put it on 60 seconds timer twice. So I did a full 2 hours and I thought that my hair would be dry, but we're going to get into that now. So let's take these rollers down and check out the results. You can see that paper gets completely dry and comes off. Everything just looked to me like it was so dry, but I did notice in editing, if you really look at this, the curl kind of started to shrink up immediately compared to how it normally looks. But look at those ends. Using the end paper, it looks like my ends are permed, y'all. I was so pleased with those results. But you can see that that curl kind of looks more like a flexi rod curl after it has been off the roller for a minute. So I didn't notice in person because I was rushing and I knew that I had a certain time limit because I was going somewhere, and I knew that I didn't have time to get back under the dryer even if the hair wasn't dry. So I think that I just wasn't paying close attention to the signs, which the signs are clearly showing that the hair is not completely dry because the curl should not be shrinking up quite this much. So with that being said, let's get into what I think happened. Number one, social media is an illusion. I actually have not done a full roller set routine, a new full roller set routine since December, and it is now May. So that's a lot of months. That's about 5 to 6 months since my last roller set routine. So you can imagine how much my hair has probably grown in those 5 months. So instead of getting under the hair dryer for 2 hours like I normally would, I should have accounted for the hair growth. And I probably should have been under that dryer a little bit longer or used a larger diameter roller. If I used a larger diameter roller, my hair would have been more stretched out, more thinned out, and it would have dried possibly in the same amount of time. But y'all can see here that I was still sticking with the process. I added my serum and I was just trusting the process, honey. And you can see that those curls are just shrinking up on my head. I just about have a curly afro at this point. I don't even think I was paying attention in the mirror, y'all. So I continued to detangle my hair with my wide tooth comb. And now I'm using a smaller comb. And I normally, for my wrap process, part my hair in the center. And I use a bristle brush as well to help with the smoothing process. And I part small sections at a time and wrap small sections around my head at a time to keep the wrap as smooth as possible. And y'all can already see that these are not the results that I'm normally getting. Like, this wrap is normally less texture, or I had gotten it to the point where this wrap was less textured than how it looks in this video. But I kept trusting the process, girl. But I think that this is really great footage to show how I get my wraps smooth with textured hair. And this is, I think, in 1.5x speed. So it's a little bit faster than normal speed. but you can still get the idea of what's going on. So once I get all of that hair completely smooth and wrapped around my head, I go ahead and add my saran wrap. If you did not know, all of the products that I use, from the hair dryer down to the stool that I sit on with the hair dryer, down to the saran wrap and the clips and the rollers and everything, will be linked down in the description box below so that you guys can shop with me on Amazon. While you are over there shopping, make sure you click the follow button and follow me on Amazon, because I'm constantly updating those shopping lists and adding new items based on the products that I'm using at the time, because this roller set is ever evolving and ever improving. Now that I have my plastic wrap on, I go back under the hooded dryer on medium for usually 15 minutes. This time I did 10 minutes because I was on a time crunch. So now that I'm coming out from under my hooded dryer, I am going to take off that saran wrap and show you guys the results. Let's get into it. Let's see if we were able to silk it out. Now, I thought this drop was going to eat like it normally does, and y'all can see it is a mess. Y'all, my hair is so frizzy. And I say my girlfriends manifested this. I think I said that on IG. If you're not following me on IG, then make sure you follow me on IG. But I told my girlfriends over there they manifested this frizz, because I read so many comments of my girlfriends saying that this hairstyle immediately frizzes on them. And then boom, this is what happened with my roller set. The Lord said, let there be frizz. Now, I added my hair polisher in this step, which is what I normally do. So I'm still trusting the process and hoping for the best, and the best never came. And y'all see that my hair is actually giving kind of like this mullet type situation. And that is actually coming from, I cut bangs. Those bangs have since grown out quite a bit. I don't even remember what month it was. I would have to go back and look at my videos to see when exactly I did that. But then more recently, I crashed out while I was doing a twist out on my hair within the past, like maybe 5 or so months. And I just cut all of the ends off of the crown section of my hair that were kind of more thin. Because remember, I am recovering my density from postpartum hair loss as well. So the whole front and top section of my hair is just shorter. And these are the results, y'all. This is what I was ending up with. And y'all can see that I'm finally coming to terms in this moment with the fact that I was trusting the process, and the process is not processing. And the hair is not horrible, because you guys already know that the Tress to Impress way is to make every day a good hair day. However, the hair was not doing what I needed it to be doing to say that I had just spent 3 hours on the hair, and to say that I wanted this hair to last for 2 to 4 weeks. It just is not going to happen. So at this point, I was playing around with the hair and trying to decide, what am I actually going to do to my head to get out of the door at this moment. So if these results is what you normally come out with, then let me know down in the comments. And girlfriend, the best thing that I could come up with is I did change my conditioner for this process. So I'm going to go back to the conditioner that is linked on my Amazon shopping list for roller set essentials. And then I added the end papers. Now, something that I did notice about the end papers is that they cover up those holes, those air holes that kind of allow the air to blow through the inside of the roller. Those are covered by the end papers. So that could have been holding in moisture for longer as well. So when I try this process again, I'm actually going to keep the end papers, but I'm going to take off the snap-on covers, I think. Or, I don't know, y'all. Or I could just sit under the dryer for a longer amount of time. So this is just me showing you what I ended up doing to my hair to get myself out of the door. And also, it was an attempt to kind of tame that frizz and allow my hair to dry thoroughly. So it's really just like one large bantu knot. And then I ended up putting a satin scarf over the front just to give a little razzle dazzle. And Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully the next roller set will be a success. Don't forget to click subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss my next video. Bye.